I was hiking through the timber just the other day when I found a set of railroad tracks that looked so out of place. I knelt to look much closer, and to my great surprise, those rusted rails were relics from a long forgotten time. Following that iron path, it chilled me to the bone, a vision of a harder age, of seeds that men had sown. I wondered if those heavy rails had cost a lot of lives, imagining the struggle of the souls who did survive. Oh, the earth will claim the iron and the dirt will hide the past, but some things in the shadows are forever meant to last. When the forest air grows heavy and the rails begin to hum, you better pray the morning light is finally gonna come. The ground was leveled flat and straight to make a narrow way for the freight and for the families in a distant dusty day. But now the path is buried deep, reclaimed by silent mud, built upon the broken backs and sealed in sweat and blood. I must have walked for miles, for the light was fading fast. I decided I would camp right there, a guest of ages past. I built a fire against the dark and laid my bedroll down, prepared to spend a lonely night far from any town. The stars above were frozen and the chill began to creep. The silence was so deafening it wouldn't let me sleep. The forest fell as quiet as a grave beneath the moon. Then the rails began to vibrate with a low and haunting tune. The night became a living thing, a thick and swirling mist. Then came the scream of a whistle blast that the devil's lungs had kissed. The phantom of the forest floor, a 10-ton iron horse, came clattering on phantom steel along its ancient course. And then I saw a lantern swinging wildly up ahead, a track man giving signals like a warning from the dead. The phantom train grew closer still and twisted in the air. It jumped the tracks and vanished, leaving fire and despair. Oh, the earth will claim the iron and the dirt will hide the past, but some things in the shadows are forever meant to last. When the forest air grows heavy and the rails begin to hum, you better pray the morning light is finally gonna come. The woods were filled with choking smoke and wreckage from the line. The locomotive burned her hellish red, frozen out of time. The passenger cars lay on their sides, the trees were all aflame. I heard the screams of agony from lips without a name. I felt the searing heat of it, the blisters on my skin. The burning smoke of 1842 was deep within my lungs again. I wiped the bloody clay away that stung within my eyes and stood before the wreck of 91-3 beneath the midnight skies. The engineer came crawling out, his face a mask of red. The engine glowed like a beacon light among the broken dead. The track man knelt beside him with a shaking in his core. He said, "Sir, I'll mark the time down, it's 4:15." I opened up my eyes to see the sun begin to rise. Was it just a fever dream or a trick played on my eyes? I gathered up my heavy gear and I headed for the town, trying to shake the vision of the train that tumbled down. I walked into the diner just to settle down my nerves. An old man in the corner saw the fright that I deserved. He saw my face was ghostly pale and asked what I had seen. I told him of the forest tracks and the wreck of the machine. His face turned white as winter ash. He whispered low and thin, "The wreck of 1842, the worst that's ever been." Deep within those haunted woods, the engine met its fate. The 913 at 4:15, she's never once been late. My heart had stopped a beat or two. I looked down at my wrist. My watch was dead at 4:15, lost within the mist. I remembered the number 913 shining through the pyre, burning in my memory like that ancient ghostly fire. I'll swear until my dying day I was in that wreckage then. I can feel the soot within my lungs and the burning on my skin. I might forget the way back home or the things I've pushed aside, but I won't forget the track man and the phantom rails they hide.